card by our own Stephen A. Smith. Very cool. Please welcome Eric Braeden to the desk. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. You know, it's a pleasure sitting here. I watch this damn show all the time.
You do?
Well, Stephen A. and now Max.
Yeah.
Did you lose a bet? How did that happen?
So, well, the cameras.
It's following you, trust me.
Yeah.
You're live on the air, my man.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
The cameras anywhere.
Yeah, there's cameras.
I
Don't
don't
worry.
act until I see the camera.
You don't need to act. Tell us about this book.
That book is written from the heart,
Okay.
you know, and covers my long history growing up in wartime Germany under the bombs. The city I was born in was 96% destroyed by the end of the war. They threw about 500,000 bombs on it during the war. So I grew up with a lot of noise, a lot of scary moments.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes to my coming to America at the age of 18. I just turned 18. And I remember the viewing at 6 in the morning of the Statue of Liberty coming into New York Harbor and seeing the skyline. For a little boy from Germany, that is incredible. And that was the vision that most immigrants who came to America had. It's an overwhelming vision.
What made you write this book now?
I've been prevailed upon by a number of writers who had interviewed me and my family, and my age, I'm 49 now. And so one thing led to the other. I have very strong political views, as you know.
Yes.
But I didn't get into that too much in the book because you offend too many people if you do. I love sports. I'd won the German Youth Championship in discus and javelin and shot put before I came to America, and then won the U.S. Championship in soccer in 1973. And I love American sports. Love football, basketball, track and field, love boxing, your bailiwick, and love to listen to you rant and rave about all kinds of people. Love it. You have an eloquence, both of you. So eloquent. I mean, you never miss a beat. That is incredible. I got to give you kudos for that. You know, you're a bad man. Oh.
I'm gonna roll with that, Max. I'm gonna roll with that. Max, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that, Max. I'm gonna take it.
And I understand you were a Lakers fan. Why were?
Do I need to explain that?
Yes.
You do.
When Jerry Buss was there, the Lakers were, you all know that,
Yeah.
wonderful team. And then the mythical father died. And then the old Greek mythological story of the son trying to undo the father. And what he did stupidly is throw out all the people who were associated with Jerry Buss, with the father. Magic was gone, Jerry Buss was gone. None of them were consulted because the little boy had been hurt by them. He had been ignored by them. So he is taking revenge, I think, on the success of the father.
What culpability does the father have here, though? Because, I say this because, I was just in L.A. doing a radio show, largely about the Lakers, for almost 6 years. He left his dying wish, and the way he structured the team was that Jim, his son, would be in charge of the personnel decisions and Jeannie the business. And in order for the Lakers to succeed going forward, those two would have to have a relationship where they communicated with one another. Almost as though, look, here's the franchise and this should keep the family together. But in so doing, because they haven't been communicating, the franchise sunk.
And it's essentially tragic. In other words, I understand the father's wish to bequeath all of what he has accomplished onto his son. And I sort of understand, I guess, the father's desire to say, to hell with all of that, I make my own mark. And he has made it disastrously. So the point is that one is no longer interested in the Lakers. I couldn't care less. Don't care anymore. That's sad.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact that Jeannie Buss has decided to now bring back Magic Johnson as a consultant? And do you wish Phil Jackson was back there in any capacity?
To be frank with you, I do indeed.
Phil?
Phil should be back. Oh. Why shouldn't he?
In what capacity?
I know that you, obviously, because of his experience with the Knicks, don't have too high of an opinion of
As an
what he
executive,
has done.
not
as
the
an
coach.
executive.
He's a great coach.
He should
not
be
as
a
the
coach. He should be a coach.
Okay.
Smoke a joint or two and sit on the bench and, you know, be a coach. What the hell? So, you understand? Hey, man. You understand? So, that would be wonderful. And Jeannie should be in charge. That's my opinion.
Do you like the fact that Magic Johnson is back as a consultant?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful.
See, as
That
a
man
consultant,
brings such light and energy into any organization. Wonderful.
but as a consultant, I wish he was more empowered, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if him being a consultant does anything for the Lakers.
Well, what else could he be? The GM?
Yeah, I'd say I wish he gave him control of basketball operations.
But aren't you worried?
Does he want that job?
That's a good question.
Aren't you worried, even with Phil Jackson back as a coach, that the league has changed so much as a result of rules changes and a new style of play, the spread pick-and-roll style of play? Even when the Lakers went back-to-back most recently, there was some triangle, but there was a lot of pick-and-roll, that maybe the game has, the style of play has passed Phil by?
I don't know enough about the subtleties of basketball. All I can tell you is that Phil Jackson came back, Magic came back in one capacity or another. That would uplift LA enormously. Even if Phil Jackson was not that good of a coach anymore, who knows? I don't know. Do you know?
That Phil Jackson can't coach it?
Has the game changed that much?
It has changed a bit, yes. It has changed.
I see.
The style of play has changed a lot, and Phil's ideas aren't so efficient anymore, it seems.
So, and Phil's allergic to coaching a team where he has to where he's devoid of a superstar. He doesn't want any parts of that.
Yes.
You got to have at least one superstar for him to want the job.
You're talking about Michael Jordan and
Kobe.
Later on Kobe and all that.
That's right.
I see. Well, but doesn't that apply to almost any coach?
Speaking
You
of,
want to be successful
Go ahead.
in sports, you need to have a good coach, but the coach needs to have damn good players. I don't care who you are. If you have mediocre players, you can't go very far. That's all.
Speaking of damn good players and superstars and super teams,
Yes.
Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. Are you with your friend over here that that was the weakest move he's ever seen?
By a superstar. You're on the record, Eric.
Would you want to live in
Cameras
Oklahoma
are
City?
running.
No.
Would you want to live in Oklahoma?
No.
Well, then, would you rather live on the West Coast?
I'm not talking
Where
about
the sun shines all the time? Well,
he could have
Part
went
of
a
the
few places.
equation.
He could have went to San Antonio.
He could have gone
He
to
could have went to
LA.
Miami.
Could have
He could have
gone
went
to
to
LA.
LA.
That's right.
He could have went. He could have went several places.
He should have gone to L.A.
Which
And
one?
Jim,
Which LA
Jim
team?
Buss should have exited as Durant came in.
So he should have went to the Lakers, not the Clippers.
No, not the Clippers.
Why not?
I don't like the Clippers.
Well, what's wrong with the Clippers?
The Clippers are very good. I don't like them.
They're worse
This man is
Lakers.
correct. He has impeccable taste. Go
They
ahead.
are interlopers in L.A.
Right.
I have never really, couldn't stand the original owner, couldn't stand him. Sterling, was that his name?
Yeah,
Yes.
Donald Sterling.
Couldn't stand the guy.
Me neither.
And I'm an old Laker fan. I've watched the Lakers since 1962, when Chick Hearns was sitting there at a wooden table in the old sports arena, commenting on the game.
What is, given the fact that there's some apathy about the Lakers now in L.A. generally,
Right.
what excites you most about it? I see that you're a careful observer about sports before we even went on air. You were making astute observations about boxing. What right now in all of sports excites you the most, interests you the most?
That's a hell of a question. I want to see Mayweather fight McGregor.
Really?
Yeah,
You want to see that?
Yes.
But
I do
that's an
too.
exhibition.
No, it's
That's
not.
right. No. Let me tell you something. I have enormous respect for boxers. Done it myself. I box in the ghetto gyms of L.A. on 78th and Hoover. It doesn't exist anymore. 108th and Broadway. Bill Slayton was the owner of that gym, and Kenny Norton used to work out there, and Michael Dokes and all those people.
Yeah.
Have enormous respect for boxing. Unbelievable, deep respect. But UFC, that's another dimension.
So you mean compete in a ring or the octagon?
The octagon.
Well,
No.
Mayweather will never change the octagon.
Wait a minute. McGregor is not just going to box him.
Oh, Well, then
I mean,
Mayweather has no shot.
One second. If he boxes him, that's a joke.
Right.
He needs to go boom.
But isn't it equally a joke if they are in the octagon?
That's right. Why would you want Mayweather in an octagon? That's very unfair.
You want to put him in a triangle?
Well, why would you want McGregor in a ring?
Because he thinks he can beat Mayweather.
What?
He thinks all he has to do is catch Mayweather, and Mayweather will fall. Mayweather knows there's nowhere on earth he needs to be in an octagon with McGregor, but McGregor thinks he can step in a boxing ring against Mayweather.
That's ridiculous.
I agree.
We got to put him in a hexagon. Split the difference.
If McGregor only boxes against Mayweather, he doesn't stand a chance.
Right.
Not a chance.
But
Mayweather is the most elusive, technically brilliant fighter I remember.
Of all time.
Watch them all. I think of all time.
We got to leave it there, guys. Eric Braeden, I'll be damned. In stores now. You are at the Ford, but we are not done with you. I'm very excited for this next segment coming up. Do you see the smile, Stephen A? We're back here with Eric Braeden of The Young and the Restless. Eric,
I got to tell you, that is a fantastic intro.
Thank you.
right?
Except it's on the wrong, on your show it is.
Right.
You're not doing that on General Hospital, are you?
No.
You better not, Brick. You better not. You better come to my show. All right?
Well, you know, I can,
No, wait a minute.
Cameo.
I want you to be my henchman from now.
Wait. I can't. I can't.
All right,
I want you to be my executioner.
Okay, so as you just saw, Stephen A. is quite the soap opera star, quite the thespian like yourself. We want you to critique him and help him out a little bit. So I'm going to show you a few clips. He's been on General Hospital quite a few times, as you know. So here's a clip of Stephen A. on the show playing a reporter way back in 2007. That's it.
Hold those reporters back. Keep them back. Is it true that Senator Carritos and his family are among the hostages?
What the hell are you talking about?
Gunmen stormed the hotel lobby. We're hearing that they tried to take Sonny's wife. Will this trigger a mob war?
Get the hell out of my face.
Excuse me. Mac!
Your voice was a little higher back then, Eric.
It's a little bit different.
Well, let me tell you something. You are a real dude. In other words, you play yourself. And the trick in acting, the trick in becoming successful in our business, is to play as much from your core as possible. Don't try to imitate anyone else. You're you. That makes a star. Except, my man, you're on the wrong damn show. You're on the wrong show.
You know, listen, I grew up watching General Hospital. I've been watching General Hospital for 40 years, man.
What?
But I've been watching for General Hospital for 40 years. You're my man, so now I try to get into some Y&R too. But, you know, I mean, General Hospital is what I did.
I can see you already as my henchman, Victor Newman's executioner.
You're already getting multiple offers. This is his ego is going to explode, Eric.
Then eventually what we can do is put a mustache on you. You take over my part. I sit there. Max and I will.
We can work that out. We might be able to work that out.
We can talk about it. So, Eric, that was just a quick cameo. Now I want to show you his true character now, Brick, the recurring role that he plays on General Hospital, and get your thoughts on his progress.
You mean you're playing it without that?
You're a bad man, Brick.
What did you expect?
From you, only the best. What happens next?
When a DA gets a call from Rivera, you'll be the first to know.
DA's nervous. Rivera's even more nervous.
Damn right they're nervous. They pissed you off.
Okay, Rivera just hung up, but he's gonna call back. Great job.
Always a pleasure, Sonny. Always a pleasure.
You know, I wanted to make fun of this. I can't. You're good. You are good. I got to tell you. And you're also playing with a very good actor. Maurice Bernard is a wonderful actor. So, but you're good. You're real. The biggest trick in our business is to be real as you can be, given the phony parameters within which we work. That's tough, you know? So, get on the Greyhound bus and come out to L.A.
Well, we definitely entertained coming out to L.A. for different reasons, but I definitely squeezed in an opportunity to moonlight. You know, as a soap opera dude, that wouldn't bother me at all. I put an extra work.
We may have to be, first take basis, may have to be in L.A. half the month or something like that.
I think so.
Through the winter.
I think so.
Maybe we should just be in L.A. January through April or something like
snowbirds,
that.
yeah.
All joking aside, I'm impressed. I really am.
One more for you.
Yes?
One more. So our final clip, this is from last week, and it got a little heated between Brick and some other henchmen. Check it out.
All you got to do is point and listen. The infrared beam will pick up just about everything else.
Almost everything, though, right?
Didn't I just say that? I said almost everything. You can't understand the difference.
Oh, my bad. I was just trying to, you know, find out its limitations for me and my partner, that's all. But it does need a window, right?
I was getting to that. Yes, it needs a window to work. Put that down. Put that down.
They taped our morning meeting.
That was Billy Miller in the background.
Yes.
He came from our show. He's a wonderful actor as well.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by good people.
Yeah.
But it ain't Young and Restless. So you're still in the wrong place.
Well, listen, here's the way I look at it. Maurice Bernard, fabulous actor. Played Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital for decades. He's phenomenal. And you're my guy. You're the best. I mean, I got the two best soap opera actors, arguably in American history, looking out for them, brother. I think I got a chance.
And wait, you're on again today, right?
Yes, I am.
Today.
I'm on General Hospital again today.
This is getting sickening.
I know.
There's got to be
It's getting ridiculous.
Why not? For heaven's sake, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. What show is that?
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Eric.
Competition makes the world go round.
That's right.
Speaking of sickening, I know we mentioned that you were a Lakers fan, kind of had to jump off because of what we discussed. Is that the same for the Cowboys, I'm being told?
I remember the Cowboys, Landry, Roger Staubach. Those were the Cowboys, you know?
Yes.
And I have a feeling, as much as I admire Jerry Jones for having created this enormous empire, which he has, he should stay the hell out of coaching. I have a feeling that he probably still comes to the sidelines and tells that carrot top,
Yes.
as you call him, what to do. That's bad. That's not right.
Probably calls him now. Probably calls him as opposed to going down to the sideline. Probably calls him.
But isn't that the reason that Jimmy Johnson left the
Yes.
Cowboys?
Ego conflict.
Precisely.
You went carrot top.
That's when things go awry. Can't do that. Look at the Lakers. Can't do that. Jerry Jones, enjoy your wealth, enjoy that magnificent stadium, enjoy all the fans you have all around the world, and just stay out of coaching.
And what you're saying is that the Young and the Restless, there aren't these kind of ego conflicts like a General Hospital. That you're
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I have been blessed to have been on a hell of a show for the last 37 years. That is unheard of in this business, and surrounded by wonderful actors, Melody Thomas Scott, Peter Bergman, Eileen Davidson, Joshua Morrow, who knows a lot about sports. That guy knows a lot about, you should have him on the show, a lot about sports. Great actors, Christophe St. John, wonderful actor, Braeden James, etc. So, been very lucky.
Wow.
You talk about a hell of a show. How about a hell of a story, which I can't wait to read your book. I didn't know any about that growing up in Germany and that noise and how that's probably impacts you in terms of your success today.
I was honored when he had me do the foreword for his book. I've known him for years. You're a wonderful friend. I appreciate so much of